Good morning, everyone. Hello. It is 28th of May and it's 10 minutes to 2. And that was a beautiful move to the downside during my sleep. This was the move we were waiting for in New York AM session, which didn't happen, right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look what's happened. Let's have a look what happened. Yeah. Beautiful. Um, very pretty. Very pretty move. Yeah, so this was like, I was watching this yesterday and I was like, yeah, are we gonna fill this one? And but the way it was moving yesterday, it was so lethargic and I just still managed to scrape. Well, I've still managed to have a trade, but there was no continuation. It was this candle, 10 a.m. I wanted distribution to the downside and continuation, but I didn't give it. So I managed to steal a very ugly trade, in all honesty. I thought we would get continuation. Now we did get a down close candle, but I wanted a body closure below the end dog and then continuation maybe in the next one, but we didn't get it. And at some point, the price action is telling you, and then I managed to still position myself between the open and the manipulation wick, but not in the cleanest way, in all fairness. And catch a move. And then I gave back a few of my points. I still managed to average 100 points because I gave back a couple of points because it started to go back up again. But yeah, it's not a trade I was very proud of, in all fairness. But it was still green. Yeah, and then obviously, well, not obviously, it started to hang out. You can tell at some point if behavior, if it's what it's doing, and if you journal a lot, you can see like, okay, you know what, we're going back to 10 a.m. open within a certain time. It's unlikely that we will have continuation in this block, in this part of the day. And then had a look again in the PM session. I had a few long, a very, I didn't even post it. I did a very minimal longs, but I thought, you know what, let's just wait. And then in Asia, it gave the nice move here, right? Beautifully, it opened up and yeah, so Asia had a good move. Now we have news at 8:30 and at 10. Now the question is, are we going to get continuation in London further to the downside, or are we just going to scramble in this area? Let's see. I mean, we have to be prepared. That might just be consolidation. Maybe not. See, we're back. Price actions all the way back in here now. Patience is being tested today. Patience will be tested. Yeah, I'm not willing to scramble a few points in London if I'm just not seeing it 100% or feeling it like, okay, this is like something I feel comfortable with. Then I would rather wait after the news and then, catch a better move. So yeah, let's see what happens here. So this gray box is the opening range gap of yesterday. Look where we are exactly. We're tapping it. Let me go to the 15 on this one. We're back at 9:13. Hey Deborah, how are you? Did you trade? Did you manage to catch that move in Asia? Did anyone, anyone caught that move in Asia, by the way? The question is, what are we doing? So I just want to see the 4-hour candle, how we're going to end this 4-hour candle and what the next one is going to do. We're creating quite a large wick. We're almost at the end of this 4-hour candle. We're going to create a new 4-hour candle. You don't want to see a large wick like this for continuation, for fast continuation. Let me put it that way. We only have 7 more minutes to go, 6 more minutes. And it wigged me out. Yeah, you have to be very careful at the bottom. That's always the, yeah. Um, I don't like this, how it's so, I mean, let me put it that I don't like it the way the 4 hour candle is going to end like this with a large wick, in the sense of, now I like large wicks, but not when I want to see continuation for the next 4 hour candle. So let's see if it can come down a little bit. Um, yeah, same. Hey, Trader Tip, did I catch that short yesterday? Well, not in the way I wanted it to be, in all fairness. So the market opened. I was watching it and I was like, okay, the pre-market didn't give me the confidence. I was downstairs, I came back up, and then I saw that ES took out the high, and I actually didn't want to see that happen because I was hoping we would have that as a Judas at the open. Now, I was already a little bit, shit, it was already taken out, which sort of like threw me off a little bit. And then the market opened and we just started going down instantly. And there was not really any manipulation. And in hindsight, the manipulation was already in pre-market, right? So I let the market just run, and I thought, okay, I just need to. And I saw a 4 hour, a very high time frame bullish PDRA, and I was like, I just want to wait to see how we are reacting there. And we stopped, and after 10 o'clock, I did manage to position myself. Let me show you. As a distribution trader, I try to position myself between the open of a candle and in the manipulation wick, right? So I had to wait 10 o'clock because I missed the initial trade. I managed to position myself, but not in a clean way. And then I wanted to trade the distribution to the downside. But then I was very hesitant because I had this area marked already here, which is this area, which I could see, okay, we can have things happening here. I have to be very vigilant. So I took the trade from around this area to here, and then I gave back a little bit. I still managed to bank 100 points, but not in a very clean way. And then I thought, okay, I'm out. I don't trust it at all because there's a lot of things going to happen here, and it could just not continue. Price was very, it was telling us at some point it didn't want to continue. So there was not really, I don't consider this a distribution candle in the way I traded. So I did manage to bank on it, but not in the way I wanted. But in all fairness, I mean, the market just did give us a lot of clues that it wasn't going to continue further in the AM session. And then PM session, it made it very clear it wasn't ready to move as well. And it did it in Asia. So what about you guys? Yeah, also, I want to see in 2 minutes, we're going to close. I want to see where we're closing the 4 hour candle. So yeah, I did manage to have a trade, but it wasn't, I was expecting, I was hoping. Now let's use the word hope. I was hoping on a distribution trade to the downside with further, just, those fast moves. But listen, think about this as well. There's so much bullish news. QE is coming. They're pumping a lot of money into the market. There's a lot of bullish news currently. So, yeah, we can get a correction, but I just, I don't know. It's also very, very conflicting. Well, it was still a good entry in the sense of a risk averse and just waiting for, because I couldn't position myself like, okay, like we were here at the open, right? Or when market opened, we had already a 15-minute change in state delivery, but not on the hourly. So I was very like, okay, what are we going to wick up, for example, and then go in here? But we just opened up and it just started to go down. And for me, it's like, are we going to reverse maybe, or go into accumulation here or whatever. It was just not clear to me. So technically, I still followed my rules. So I'm happy with that. For me, it wasn't just an, I mean, how many times do we have in the open that we just go down without any manipulation move, no Judas, right? But I believe the Judas was here already at 8:15. This was the Judas. But sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you just don't know, right? You just sort of like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. So so you just, for me, I feel more comfortable waiting than just getting in and just, taking a risk, which I prefer not to, because, the open can be very violent as well. So, but yeah, the entry should have been, if you wanted to position yourself, it should have been here in this area, or maybe technically the best entry when you're using structure, it should be here in this wick here, in this little area. You have a break of structure here, and then this wick should have been the entry. If people have managed to catch that trade, I only if I think everything here is just a gamble because you don't know if it would have been going up here, but this here should have been. If I would have taken it, I would have taken it here, in this wick, at 9 o'clock, and the manipulation move here because you have your change in the state of delivery. But still, the stop. Let me just see. It's hard with your stop loss, though. Let me just check. I just want to check if I haven't even done that, to be honest. This would be the trade. Still 3-hour trade, yeah. Yeah, this should have been the trade. Did you catch it, trader tip? Yeah, I agree with, yeah, I agree. I haven't, yeah. Sometimes ES is clearer. I agree. Hey, company Minka, how are you doing? Yeah, I agree. When you still have high of the, it's better to work with ES, correct? I agree. Yes, yes, yes. So look here at on ES, by the way, we still have equal highs here, right? We've got equal highs, relatively equal highs here. Asia high is here, Asia low. We just tagged Asia low here on the 15. Let me do a poll with you guys. Are we bullish or bearish on London? Let me just close the curtain. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Hey, company man, Carl, how is it going? You're the first. Where's our friend Chaos? He has to come and give us some chaos today. Okay, let's do a poll, guys. Let's do overall, just London session in general. Are we going to be London session bullish, bearish, or are we going to be accumulating for pre-session and news, or accumulation? Accumulation. Bullish, bearish, accumulation. Well, yes, we have that end walk below, but I don't know if it's that obvious. That's the thing. The end walk is a draw always, always at some point, but the question is time, right? ES went already in it, and Q did not. I would say it wants to go there, but I'm also sort of like, are they going to manipulate one more time to the upside and then maybe because they don't have to do it. I mean, it doesn't have to. It's not like, oh, it's there because they can leave it sometimes for weeks, right? Now, generally speaking, they don't. But then again, times have changed. Um, I would say, so I'm inclined to think as well that we're going to the end walk, but I'm also very vigilant. I've been pointing this out in pre-market prep, this little boy here. Like, look, we still have no body closure here below it. We did have a short now below it, but look how it's wicking back up again. Um, I want to see this, the levels of this one here. Hey Jay, how are you doing? Hey, I rushed to be the first today. I'll go and peep through his kitchen window. Yeah, good for you. You see, we swung straight back up to 50% of this big boy here. Let's see if price wants to go below it again. And on ES, it's a little bit different here. We can stay up here for weeks. I mean, this is just like a higher time frame consolidation area. You can see what's happening. This is that end dog on ES, right? Um, I'm not confirmed bearish. If I look at this, I'm like, yeah, you're sort of a nothing burger at the moment for me. Like it could be going lower as a wick and then spike back up, like people get spiked out of their positions again. We took out liquidity here. We're in the end walk of ES, but where's the bloody low resistance liquidity run? But maybe today with the news, guys. But I don't trust this area. This could be just back and forth, and just wicking a little bit. And we've got a higher time frame large wick now, and this means got what this means, right? A large wick. So I don't trust it at all. Hey Bowser, you caught it? Good for you. Caught the 10 p.m. sell, went to bed, woke up, caught the 1 a.m. buy. Well done. It's been very difficult to trade recently after taking one trade and it was a break-even stop out. You can see where price is going, but too risky to enter because it could always return. Well done, company man Carl. Being break-even, if you're not seeing it correctly, that's still a win, technically. It doesn't feel like it, but it's still a win. Yeah, yesterday AM session pre-market for me also wasn't, you know, I was going back and forth in my head and I didn't see it as clearly as the day before. And then I just, and I would rather wait until it becomes clearer. Being able to see price action that doesn't fit your trading style is already is growth, and just staying out of it is actually so important. Um, and not falling for those traps, right? Okay, let's see. It's 10 past 2. Are we going to dig down into this wick, or are we going to go higher? Let's see. It looks bearish, right? Let me see what you guys. Yeah, but don't you think that N walk? I think I am not so sure they might go for the N walk yet. I might. It might be later today. It might be either it's going to be 3 a.m. in London. We're going to get a nice push, but we had such a big move in Asia, and we have news today at 8:30 and 10 a.m. new and 10 a.m. So, and Asia moved quite a bit already, right? So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to the upside, but yeah. Do we see a market maker model here? I do. Look how bullish 15-minute candles have been. We inverted this one here. Like I said, we're above 50% of this big boy. I pointed this one out in pre-market prep already. Like, listen, keep this one in on your radar. And again, 50%, we wicked back up, and we are exactly, the body is laying on the 50% as we speak. So yeah, I wouldn't go short. I would really like a 15-minute closure below that 50% mark if I would consider a short again. So that's the yellow line. Until then, it's for me, no touchy short. Yeah, this one is very significant. I already said that yesterday. I mean, this is the one I'm going to watch for now. We really need to start disrespecting it. And a wick on the higher time frame is just manipulation, right? So even though it looks like we went lower, yeah, and it wicked back up on the 4 hour, it's still telling me we are bearish in the sense of that we have some market structure shift, right? We technically we do, but I look at this doesn't look like a market structure shift on me on ES. What do you think, Bowser? On the 4 hour, how do you does it just it looks like higher time frame consolidation to me. This is not making me very confident, or I just don't know how to. What am I using as? What will I use as a retracement? What will I use as a confirmation or invalidation? Hey, motor is long. Yeah, price is heavy, but I still don't trust it. It's heavy, it's heavy. Let's see if we can retest this bearish order block at 29,970. I think we come down, feel some of 4 hour wick, and then look for reversal. Yeah. Yeah, so the wick is going to be significant now because it's a large wick. I don't trust it as liquidity yet. Let me put it that way. And like I said, we're above 50% of this. I don't know how I want to call it. See, on the 12 hour, technically, you don't have a change in the state of delivery yet. We have no closure below this body here. For me, this is the real market structure shift here. Look at this Bowser. Could we have a Bowser? Do you think we might just have the news might go to the upside? Look at the day. If this is the daily, have we formed the daily wick to the downside? Maybe. I don't know. Guys, I can't. I want this end walk, but if I'm looking really like, are we bullish with this one, or are we going to disrespect this one here on the daily? This one is really in our way. I think it's a future breaker, to be honest. Hey Alex, how are you? Hey Lars, how are you doing? Hey Trader Shop, hello, hello. Let me look at the A Motors long since 29.8770 P 29.950. I like that. Yeah, I mean, look how. Let's see. But we could just form a 4 hour wick, right? So we could form a 4 hour wick and then continue to the downside. But let's see. I mean, this is a. I like 972, this area, because then this will give us a lot of information if we are continuing to bear to the downside. We want to see this hold up, right? So yeah, definitely no short yet. The daily FE needs to produce a new high following the weekly, monthly. I think we go higher or stay in a range. Yes. I think we just saw low of day from midnight London open. Um, um, I think I like that scenario as well. But let's just see what London Open gives us. Um, like because Asia had made a large move and we have a lot of news coming today, so maybe we are going to range, but maybe it's just going to go lower again, and we'll see. Um, I was in a long from 29.887. I closed at 50 minutes. Only way I'm going short if we can't reclaim the RTH high. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also very careful with shorts. It's too obvious, right? But then again, they left the weekly. But I think this week we are going to that daily and weekly open. I mean, it's so. I think we are going to see that this week. So that's today and tomorrow, right? Today we have 2 days left. So that level, the start of the NWOG, 29,674. And retracements are normal. I mean, if we have a large move, it always retraces. So the question is, are we just retracing to the upside to go further down? So let's have a look. The no wick, is there a no wick candle on the daily? The no wick candle on the daily looks so tempting. I just don't trust bears until they can bring a new weekly low. Oh, let me have a look at the wick on the daily, what you're saying. Yeah, for me, I need a body closure below this fifth yellow line. But then again, it could still go 50% in this wick and then still go back up again, right? Um, the daily candle you said. A no wick? Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, this one here, the end walk. Yeah. But you know what it can do, and this is the tricky part, guys. A no wick candle sometimes just gets a little bit of a kiss, a wick, and then it goes back out of it, right? It doesn't have to have continuation. It just needs the belated manipulation, because a wick is just the manipulation part of a candle, right? You go open, high, and then the real move comes to the downside. So you always want to position yourself, if you want to trade the distribution, you want to position yourself between the open of a candle and the high or the low. Now, with a no wick candle means lack of manipulation, but you always have to treat a little bit differently. I noticed when it's open of the market, right? So I'm still trying to things. The rules are a little bit different, and I'm still fine tuning them a little bit. But you have to be aware that sometimes they just wick it, and then it might go back up again, and then the real move comes. So we're still going up. You see here, this is a discount wick. The moment it comes in, it could just tag this line here, which is a little bit below, and then move away from it again. Here. This is just below. This could be enough. 29,973. Okay, I'm going to keep these levels here. See, it's just below the open here. Let me just see if I can do it correctly. Yeah. And 0.66 is on the half. I like it. So, okay, let's see, guys. Is it time to position ourselves for shorts or not? Asia high, equal highs, Asia low. We sort of like went below it and are above it again. Let me see what the poll. 29 bullish, 47% bearish, accumulation 24%. 220. Oh, it's so cool. Let me see if we can open the. Nothing looks perfect to me, to be honest. I find it a little bit. Um, I don't know. We're at 50% of the range, so I could see a short, but we also inverted inverted the 15-minute large wick, large candle. Um, okay, let me show you what I'm looking at as well. Um, like, okay, we inverted this one here, right? Now we can disrespect it anytime. That's not that is possible. Um, I'm gonna take this one off here. Let me go to the 1 hour. I'm looking at this as well. Here, hold on. Let's take the whole range here. Is this balanced here? Yes, it's technically in. This is order block. We're leaving 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's almost 2:30. Almost 2:30. We're above 2 a.m. We're above the 2 a.m. candle. Are we forming the 4-hour wick to the downside now? That's the question. And are we going to go lower? Continuation lower. Um, 228. I'm thinking of positioning myself for a short. I'm gonna do a paper trade only for now. Um, what time is it? 2:29. I think my 2:30 might be a. Did we invert this? Let me just because we are above 2 o'clock. This is where I want to position myself. My stop loss should be here. Then I want 50% of. $838. See, my stop loss is a little bit too wide for me, what I want, I think. I can't go over 40 point. Oh, 21. Okay. So I'm in a paper trade, but if it's going to fill me, it's telling me that then we might not be ready for a short. But I want to position myself between the 2 a.m. and the wick if we're going to get distribution to the downside. So I'm okay. I'm in a paper trade though, but I'm okay also in live or whatever to try this as a turtle soup to catch a 4 hour or 1 hour distribution move, right? But I'm not trading it all the way down because we got a large wick, and I'm just wondering if we're going to reject again in this wick. So that's why I'm sort of cautious a little bit. But I do think we might have some movement to the down, but I don't trust it at all the way to the end walk yet. Let's see. Where's my 837? Okay, this is gonna be my trade. Is this giving me intel? Yeah. If it's going to fill, it already tells me, okay, you know what? It's definitely not ready to go long, a short. Because we could go higher into this order block here and seek retest over here. But because we're approaching 230, I'm just thinking, and we're below a level that I marked here, that I think it might be more of a short than a long for now. I'm just wondering if I should raise my TP to the end of event horizon. I think it's more 872 might be more of a, yeah, I think I should raise it up to here. Is it still 2R? I don't trust it at all. 2R still, okay. Okay. 872, end log is here. I hate this slow move. Yeah, Theo, I'm just paper trading because I'm not really I don't really like it as much as I do like it in the sense of positioning myself above the 2 a.m. open and then taking a bit of the distribution. But I wonder if it's the same like the New York session. It's not going to give a full distribution, maybe. Let's see. Hey King, how are you doing? I'm waiting for 3 a.m. Think I can manipulate 2 a.m. high before. Yeah, I could definitely. I agree with you. But let's see. I also think it's already giving some bearishness. Those levels that are marked are also like sort of like for me like it's retesting them and going below them. So let's see. But I can definitely see what axis trade says. Like because we got the wick, it might just go halfway in the wick and then go back up or something. So that's why I'm taking a profit here. You see, 2 o'clock. It needs to go lower than 2 o'clock. Come on. I hate this slow price action. So I'm not trading this on my account or I'm not even on an eval. Just paper trading. $236. I'm not too sure if it's definitely going low. We could still retest this 4-hour order block. Um, if it goes up here, it will invalidate my trade anyway. So I'm going to go here. So my stop loss becomes very small now. Let me see, how many points is this? 9 points, okay. See, you see, it's hanging around that open price, right? So it's sort of indicating already like, "Ugh, I'm not ready to move yet." So I think I'm going to be stopped out, and it's going to stop out everyone maybe that thinks it's going to go, oh, it's a short for sure, and it's going to rip their faces off. Let's see, or not. I don't trust it at all. I need this placement away from 2 o'clock because it's just hanging too long here. I don't like it. I'm gonna break even. If it stops me out, it's a non-losing trade. I would prefer to be stopped out than being in slow price action. Hmm, 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 hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. It's 2:40 and we haven't moved away from the 2 o'clock. Let me bring it a little bit lower so it covers my commissions. If I get stopped out, it will be my commissions will be covered. I'm gonna throw because I still don't trust it. Look at the 1 hourly here. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's gonna stop. I'm gonna be stopped out. I don't mind. I don't mind if it does that. Okay. Are you gonna stop here? Go up. Go one leg higher. It's 2:43. Yeah. I think it wants to, you could see the hourly, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense that it goes straight down when you have a structure like this. And I do think it wants to retest this one here. This 1 hour, it's actually a 4 hour order block as well. Did I see it on the 4 hour, 1 hour? Yeah, here, this one. I really like this one. So 971. It's above 2 o'clock again. Above 50%. So I'm also looking at what did we do in the previous macro, right? So this is my gradient. So you see we stopped exactly. So this is like a manipulation move. I'm sort of testing, okay, is it really ready to go or not? We manipulated down a little bit, so it's hard to turn bearish now. Yet. So it didn't cost me anything to get this intel. It's telling me it doesn't want to move yet. Yeah, no, it wasn't for me, not a great, I mean, I'm just paper trading to just to journal time and to see what are we doing. I really think it really, if we're still bearish, we still could go up here and retest this area here. That's what I would like to see though. We're above 2 o'clock again. Oh, it's so cold. Bullish 28, bearish 44, accumulation 28%. Where's my coffee? Oh, here's my coffee. It's cold now because it's so cold. Pum, 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 pum. Ooh, are you turning bullish again? And 27, 0.5. Pum, 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 pum. ABC, welcome to the family. Yeah, I mean, I'm not very confident in the short. Let me, I haven't been from the start. Let that be clear. Um, okay, let's see, where are we at from that range? We are at 175. Okay, we tapping to 930. Is there anything else we want to do? See, someone suggested that the London Open might retrace a little bit higher and then go lower, right? And I think I like that analysis as well, that we we manipulate a little bit higher before we go lower. I still see the short, but I just don't know if we're there yet. I mean, the N walk is so close. You know, ES went into the N walk already, and Q has not. So at some point, NQ wants to go here as well, right? And I mean, it's not going to leave it and come so close to it for the whole week. I guess it can tease us and go close and move away from it again. Yes, but are they going to leave it the whole week and go back up? I don't think so, right? It would be. Okay, let's see. 250. I've got cold feet. My feet are so cold. Oh no, Theo, don't say that. Don't follow me. I have losing trades too. Um, Nice FUG at 130. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. This one is actually very significant. Thank you. I follow you. You can't stop me. You're funny. I love you guys. But I know you have to make your own. You know you have to make your own plan, right? I can be wrong as well. I mean, yeah. And sometimes I just do things to try and for journaling purposes only. So yeah, you want to be vigilant here in this level. This could be a reclaimed fair value gap, a bullish one, because I'm looking at the hourly structure, and London hasn't opened yet, and let's see, it matches that 50% level. So I wonder if we go here and then maybe we still might go back up again a little bit. So let's see if it disrespects this level. I mean, then we know, we can turn bearish. But I'm just looking at this structure here, and does it look likely that we're gonna go straight down and just disrespect this hourly candle? I just wonder if we just, like I said, I like this area retested a little bit. So let's see here. I like this. Someone pointed out the 130 fair value gap. Yeah, a trader tip. And this one is pretty, I like it. I've got this one marked already. Is it suspension? I think it's the go lower, the trader shop. Look, price action is not giving it us easy. Look, you have this fair. It's not going to be. Guys, when you have a wick like this, it is already going to be slow. Always, it's always. Why? A wick means a lot of imbalances on the lower time frame, and it always takes its time. It never goes very fast through a wick. That's why I don't like them when they form while we're trading. I like them when they're already formed as rejection blocks or whatever, or to help me with calculation. But when I see them form and I'm like, ah, shit, you already know distribution is going to be hard. That's why I'm not very eager to trade it. When I see a large wick form and then I want continuation, it already messes up the continuation. You want to see smaller wicks, either reversals, where you can trade off a reversal. But when you want to trade continuation and you have like, you want to go downwards and you see this 4 hour candle wick back up and it creates a wick like this, you already know, okay, you're not going to get your fast, speedy going down because it's working its way through a lot of imbalances on the lower time frame. A wick is a gap. You have to treat them like gaps. And what are gaps? Gaps are imbalances. It's simple as that. So a large wick means it's going to slow down your PA. I really like this area. I really like that 975 area before going lower. Wild Heart, love you. Thank you. I love when you guys say that, when you mean it. I love to hear it. I mean, I love it when it brings some, when we can, help each other, prevent each other from taking losing trades, and practice patience. You guys help me being more patient. Okay, we're back at 2 a.m. It's 3 o'clock almost. Yeah, just be careful with shorts, guys. I mean, it's really not. Like I said, I really like this area to be retested. 972. See, it was already giving us a little bit hints, right? Going back and forth and not no displacement. At 250 there was displacement, yes, but a lot of the times, should I share? No, I'm not going to share that yet. Never mind. If you look at the 1 minute and how many times it went back to the 2 a.m., you always want to be very vigilant. And in all fairness, the hourly candle, look how the hourly candle looked, right? It's hard to get like, to see a candle just going straight through this one again, unless we have seek and destroy, then we can get there, but I don't think we have that right now. Like I said, I think we could retest this area, but let's see. I mean, Long-term barriers, I'm just taking some puts. Yes. Um, do we have any hourly wicks? No, we do not. We only have a 4-hour wick. Okay. $972, like I said, I'm really interested in that level here. Should take a long, actually. I'm too late. 972, yeah. Let's see if we can get there. Yes, we have news we have 10 o'clock and 8:30 news, so we could expect a little bit accumulation and slower price action. But look how it's going. For those who said it's definitely going to go lower, there you go. Not. You always have to be careful when it keeps on going back to an open price, and especially with a larger wick. And what else was there? There was something else. I forgot my train. I said something else, but I forgot. 872. I like to see it retested. Hey, Mr. Chaos. Almost too late. Oh my God, you're always too late. Yeah, this is the last trade ever, Mr. Chaos. This is it. This is the last trade. There's no more trades. This is the last bust. There will be no more trades ever. You're too late. It's the last trade. It's over and done with. You're too late, my friend. How is it possible that you are too late? You missed the only trade of the year. How is it possible, my friend? Company man car was much earlier than you were today. I thought you guys are going to have breakfast at some point together. Is analysis help you to earn? Analysis is analysis in combination with execution that will help you to, though both have to be aligned and able to make money. Yes, you can have very good analysis and still suck at execution, so that means you're still not making any money. Your analysis is correct, but you still cannot turn your P&L green because you're executing horribly. So both need to be in tune and aligned. And that's something I also figured out as a YouTuber. I hate to call myself, I'm still a trader, but both of them have to be aligned. So, but it starts with analysis. So yes, and you need analysis, proper analysis to, but then also in the beginning, your analysis will be wrong because you're still learning. But then comes the part of journaling and starting to reverse engineer. So it's a combination of more things. What helps you to earn or become profitable? I think that's actually the question you're asking, right? Son of X. Analysis is part of getting your P&L green, but it's not the only part. There is other things like execution, being on time, reading the market, being fast enough. And then comes the part, while you're not always correct, you need to be fast enough to reverse your thought process. And then the next part is, especially in the beginning, journal, journal, journal. What did I do wrong? What could I do better? And then you will start earning money. Yes, but it's not only one thing, it's a combination of things. So that's why I always paper trade, to see if my analysis is correct, but also my execution. Am I seeing it correctly? Is my risk, am I framing my trades correctly? Am I framing my risk reward properly? Am I fast enough? Am I reading it correctly? Everything has to align. I'm testing myself every day. Am I aligned with myself and the market? It's not only the market, it's myself as well. Is my brain working? Do I feel FOMO? Do I feel anxious? Sometimes I feel very nervous. I don't know why. It's because maybe things are happening in my life. Maybe I'm just tired. Sometimes I don't sleep well. I test myself. Am I aligned with everything that I need to be aligned to make money? Because it's not easy, guys. It's not like, oh, press a button and here you go, 100 points. No, everything needs to be aligned with your brain. Am I in a good state of mind? Am I impatient? Because that's my biggest thing. When I'm impatient, I make mistakes. When I'm tired, I tend to make mistakes. Hey guys, I said I wasn't sure about I said 972. Let's see if we can make it to 972. I like that level. So, Theo, I paper trade a lot. I know. I always say that on stream as well. I love paper trading. It prepares me for my next move. If I paper trade in London and I'm correct, I don't mind if I miss a 100 or 200 point move on paper trades, money wise, because it tells me that I'm correct. Because guys, I've been averaging every day, every single day for 2 weeks, over 100 points every day. I'm green, over 100 points. Because I've been patient, I've been waiting for the right move. Yesterday wasn't too clean, but it was still 100 points. Every single day for over, is it 8 days now? Yeah, 8 days. And the more my brain is getting used to getting patient and waiting longer for the trade that I feel comfortable with. Um, and I'm losing less money because I paper trade more, if that makes sense. So, yeah, and be okay with having a good move on paper and be okay, I'm reading the market correctly, my analysis is correct, and a lot of the times is if London moves in the same way, it tells you a lot of what New York will do. So if you are in tune with London, a lot of the times you will be in tune with New York as well, and your journal will tell you that. So for me, it gives me confidence as well, understanding what is happening, because a lot of the time New York is a continuation of London, or it gives you the reversal. And if you start understanding that mechanic, you start trusting it, and they are connected to each other, right? So 972, guys. I want to see that retest. Am I okay that I missed this move? No, I don't care. I'm happy that I already saw. I already said, analyzing it and being okay, and not falling into the trap of, oh, it's going to go lower. Let's see if it wants to go. Or is this it? Oh, this could be it here. Let's see. Beautiful move, right? Okay, let's see now. Theo, I trade. I also love doing A plus setups on. For me, it doesn't make a difference because you don't know in advance sometimes if the trade will. But if I have FOMO, I definitely paper trade. It helps you kill the itch a little bit, right? It helps you kill the itch. So do you think we go down from here? Well, I want to see a retest a little bit higher, preferably, but we'll see. 10 past 3. This could be it though. Guys, I'm just not so sure. It's fine. I want to see how you guys bearish 49, bullish 31. We left all that buy side. I don't like the short. I just something is off. Bullish order block. We inverted this. We retested the inversion. We've got Asia high here. Oof. We are above the 152 to 10 macro. We literally retested it. We have a bullish order block here. Retest. Let's see if we can if it respects this or not. I'm getting more bullish than bearish, to be honest. Nice M2. Hey guys, I still haven't seen Mether today. Not asking for an advice strictly, but rather some insight on what should we want to do when a setup is taking too long to form in a week, like that perfect will work, but tempting is rising. Prince of Wall Street, that is the most challenging part, is waiting for your setup. If you have one setup and you have to wait 1 week for it, it's if that's your only setup, it is the setup you need to wait for it. But it's hard. Impatient is also my issue. So, but yeah, you need to find more models then that might, if you know that, okay, I am a patient, then you need more models to work with. But if you have one model to start with, then really the patient is crucial. But you have to wire your brain to wait for it. If you know that is the only one that's going to make you money, imagine if it's your A plus setup, and but you still need to have a good, it could still fill, right? Because your A plus setup never is 100% win rate. Never, nothing has 100% win rate. And it can get very frustrating if it doesn't provide you that trade. But yeah, it's so. I mean, for me, patient is also my biggest issue. So I totally understand it. And then, but the more models you get, the more moments you get to trade. But when you start out and you only have one model, you really need to wait for it. That's why I was so. Raul is not here, I think, but he mentioned that he is really going very slow, but he's really literally depressed because he waits so long. But it's such a good thing that he's already doing it, and he doesn't even realize it. That he's one of the few people that is managing to do so in a very early stage of his career as a trader. And he says, I'm going so slow that it depresses me, and I have one eval, and he's still, just having good risk reward, but it's slow. But most of us can't do that, and I'm one of them. I was one of them, definitely. I really had to get so sick of myself that I really started, okay, now I'm done. I need to get out of that structure. I need to have more rule-based. I stick to very strict rules to avoid falling into the overtrading and the revenge trading trap. But yeah, it all comes down to patience. Everything comes down to patience. Patience in learning, patience in journaling. It takes time. But yeah, everything comes down to just waiting and having patience. And the more you get better at, the greener your P&L start doing. It's such a cliche, but it's true. But yeah, patience is the hardest thing. Yeah, and being in drawdown as well is hard. Yeah. Yeah, most people have patience. It's the patience is the thing. But guys, that's one of the reasons also why I am trying not to trade as much in London with you guys, to show you that being patient is not a bad thing, and missing trades also is not a bad thing. Watching, tape reading, collecting intel, and especially, it's a different thing. My pre-market prep has a different approach. In pre-market prep, I really want to have a trade. I really want to, because New York is starting, and my pre-market prep is really trying to get a trade, be in, be out, and be as quick as possible. After 10 o'clock, I don't mind to go for another sort of trade and use PM session. But in London, we've got the luxury of collecting intel, which helps us for either the pre-market or with the opening range trade, or maybe the trade after 10 o'clock. But that's really focused on a trade. That's my approach is totally different, because there I need to hunt, I need to attack, I need to make my money, and I really want to use that time. But in London, I'm really using my time a little bit differently, and I'm like, okay, what's happening? And I'm willing to ease in the patience, also to train myself. We've got time, and London is giving us a lot of intel to create a better trade for me, which I'm really starting to get more confident in, because it's showing me over and over and over that I can make my best trades are literally in pre-market or in that first beginning, because I use all the data already that we have in London. So that's why I'm sort of like, also like, you know what, patience is my biggest issue, but also other people's issue. So yeah, it's a thing that I really want to. And obviously, when there's an A plus setup, I will take it in London. But yesterday there was an A plus setup with that breaker, and I was pissed off missing that, because it was very clear. Actually, do we have one here as well? Yeah, here we've got another one here. Same structure. We've got one here. Ooh, 3 past 3. Look, we have another one here. Same thing. Breaker, retest at 3 past 3. It can't get more beautiful than that, guys. So yeah, I'm not bearish at all right now. Um, Look at this bloody structure again. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm still 9-7. I still think we're going higher, like I said. A perfect trap for people that, like I said, like that short. I don't think it's ready to move yet. Nice. I think we're gonna test this order block. See, and for me also, like what I'm looking for, like if I'm looking at like a higher time frame thing, I'm really looking like, are we testing it or are we invalidating it at some point? So this will be a crucial area. Now I didn't take any trade. I don't care, because I know there will be a trade later, pre-market or in New York. But I would rather focus like what is price doing right now? This is an important level for me. Like, okay, are we going to just retest it, or are we going to invalidate it? Now, I already said when I saw this 1 hour candle, I'm like, we're not going to go lower, because it's not going to go unless we have seek and destroy. But we didn't have seek and destroy conditions showing us, so it was highly likely that at some point we would go higher again. But let's see. Thank you so much for much love to you for sharing and asking those questions. It could be Alex, but I would rather have a neutral mindset because I don't know if we start disrespecting bearish PD arrays, then obviously we have to turn bullish. So I don't want to limit myself to like I know it and I'm sure what the market is going to do. I would rather watch price action and see what it does. Like I said, I would like to see if we turn bearish, I would like to see this order block being tested. Which I already said in the beginning of the stream, this will be a nice area of retest. But yeah, let's see. I mean, the general consensus of the macroeconomists are extremely bullish. This again, it's the same. This is again the same structure, guys. Like yesterday, retest, and the time was just beautiful. You'll be taking profits at 1 hour, or if in one buys, that will be taking. Waiting. Wild card, we took Asia low, we could be headed for Asia high. It doesn't necessarily mean when Asia high or low has been taken that it goes for the other side. It could, but it doesn't have to, right? It could. We have to be aware that this could. You have to be aware of what PD arrays are there. What is the market? Are we just retracing and retesting something to go lower, or are we definitely going to invalidate some bearish PD arrays and go lower again? Now, I still favor the downside because we still have that N walk, but it's not showing any bearishness, right? Is it? And we have to consider there's news as well. So maybe it just drives us higher to go lower later today. But yeah, let's see. I mean, who managed to take the long, guys? Anyone took the long? Shira, on 245 when that IFUG formed, is that a CISD as well? At 2:45. What time frame are you on? Oh, on the 1 minute. I hate 1 minute CISD. That is so dangerous to use, to be honest. 2:45. Yeah, you're looking at the order block, right? Yeah, I think you're looking at this one here. At 2:45. What are you looking at? 2:45. Yeah, yeah, you can use that definitely. But I would then go to a higher time frame, 3 or 5 minutes, and then see if it still holds, right? Because 1 minute can fill very quickly, but I would rather, like here, if you see, did we have a higher? Hold on, let me just check something. I'm talking too much. 15 minute. The most important thing, if you want to use the order block, if you talk about CISD, CISD is always connected to an order block. Change in the state of delivery is always connected to most of the times, order block. Market structure shift, most of the times it's connected to a breaker. But the thing is, if you want to use it as where reversals, you want to see, is there a higher time frame PD array that we are using? So in this situation, it's this 15-minute fair value gap that you can use. Yes, it tapped into a 15-minute fair value gap, so you have a higher time frame point of interest, which has been met. So in this case, the retracement is just going lower to go back higher, right? But you have to be aware, we have a bearish PD array here. So I'm looking at this one here to see if we retest this, if this is going to be used. So that's why I'm still not bearish yet. But yeah, this is definitely a nice reversal if you use CISD or even that breaker. There was a breaker and there was, if you use order, you can use both, right? In this scenario. And the order block is a breaker is a filled order block. Simple as that. So here, that low went into the 15-minute fair value gap. It even went lower, but it went out of it as well. So this could be your breaker here. And we retested it exactly at 3 past 3, beautifully. Same trade as yesterday. Talking too much. And what you can do, if those who are still struggling with 2R trades, this is the manipulation move. You can aim for 2R, but the easiest thing is just to go for the liquidity that is above you, right? If you really are if you're just starting, the safest trade is this trade here. You just go for the liquidity that's above you. This is safe. It's 24 points. It's enough when you start. But this is very mechanical. You see you have a breaker here. You wait for the retest. You get in. Let me see if we can frame a 2R trade, because that's the most important thing. Is it a 2R trade? No, not. But it's a 1R trade. I wouldn't advise that though in the beginning. It's a 1R trade. You want those situations that you have. It's better when you have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Then most of the times your breaker retest trade will give you 2R. In this situation, it did not. But price action is a little bit dicey today, so don't worry about it. Yeah, I agree. Axis trade. I'm looking at that bearish order block as well. But then again, I'm just gonna wait for invalidation or invalidation, because hey, listen, it could start invalidating this as well. Like I said, I'm looking at this one here. I like this order block. I'm gonna make it orange from order block. Oh, this is peach. This is not orange. Orange. That's what I'm looking at. But it could also use this one here, right? Because this one is also valid. So that means we tapped into this wick already. So we could go lower from here. Okay, let's see. I want to do something. Yeah, exactly. I'm also looking at that 62 level. There's also a 0.5 level. It's a midpoint of something as well. So the low tapped into a 1 hour FUG and displays we're going to no guy. Yeah, same session as London. What's the logic behind the stop? What's the logic behind the stop in general? It's below a breaker, Shara. So if you use a breaker means the algo has turned from bearish to bullish. So if this stop will be your invalidation of the bullishness. If you use a breaker, the low of the breaker invalidates your trade, because that means it's not going that direction anymore, and it will definitely, okay, when it goes lower. Sometimes it does wick below it, but that's when it's ready, when you have seek and destroy. You might get it. Okay, let's see if it wants to go into this order block. I don't know if um let me see the poll. 51% is bearish. London session bullish, bearish, accumulation. Okay, we're still ongoing. 51% bearish. Okay. Okay, so someone asked a question about news Forex Factory. I use forexfactory.com, but there are other guys. Anyone else uses anything else for news? I only look at Forex Factory, but I believe there are some other ones that are good as well. Actually, maybe it's better to also check another few, but I'm just sort of used to forexfactory.com, but there are other ones that definitely are that have different news as well. So if anyone in chat has any advice also for additional news sites we could use, please let me know as well. So today we have news, remember, at 8:30, and we have 10 o'clock news. So if there's going to be anything happening, I wonder if we should now tread with a little bit more caution and wait until after 8:30 at least. We've got red folder and orange folder 8:30, and orange folder at 10 o'clock. I like it. I like it. I like it. No, there's never news around this time in for US. But there can be news for London and for Europe, so that could drive us. But there's no news at all. A financial juice. I was looking for financial juice. Yes. Raoul, do you see a lot of different things on financial news in addition to that you add to your news? Is there a lot of different news that's not on Forex Factory that you see is of influence? Alex, there's an analysis about the lunch macro. That's actually really, yeah, sure. I mean, if ICT does a lot on the lunch macro lately as well. Guys. I've said it many times. I love New York lunch and PM session. So if I start streaming again, it might be lunch PM session because I actually really like it. There's a lot to gain and a lot to study there as well. Um, yeah, I only use Forex Factory, but I might miss some news. But yeah, Alex, feel free to post it if it's. Is it ICT related or is it something else? I just post it in the NQ or whatever, or in the general chat. Price is getting tight. In your opinion, lunch PM? No, it's not about being better or AM. It also depends on what has happened. Sometimes, you know, the best moves are in Asia and we don't get anything in London. Sometimes we get continuation in New York, AM session and then PM. But there is, most of the times, you can always find some entry in one of the sessions. But for example, if we had a lot of consolidation in New York, then a lot of the times PM session can give a very, very nice trade. But it's not about being better. It's more about what happened before, right? So, but yeah, but most of the times PM session does give gives a good what at least one good move. Depending, even doesn't matter what happened in AM session. But it's hard to say if it's really better. But sometimes when AM session has in the old days, well, we're talking about the old days now. It was very highly likely that if AM session was a lot of consolidation because it had a large move already in the opening trade, and then you could count on it that you had more distribution PM. But last few months, sometimes we had days that AM and PM sessions were just shit. And that was like, what? Okay. So, but yeah, it's hard to say always it's like that. But no, it just really depends on what happens. But I can highly, if it's fits your time schedule, I would definitely start also studying the AM and the PM session if you can manage that time wise, because sometimes you see AM session sucks, you just close your laptop at some point, you say, okay, what, I'll check lunch again and PM session if there's a better trade, because you'll get better at seeing price action and just sort of like acknowledging, you know what, this session is going to be shit, I'm just going to even waste my time, going to touch some grass, do something else, go to the gym, and I'll check back in PM session. So not much, only more geopolitical news. So yeah, but axis trade, just if you are interested in you definitely like you also study the session you're in. You just have to, because it sometimes there are little differences as well. The macros, I mean, we have a lunch macro as well. There is more, the whole hour after 3 o'clock can be more volatile because technically the macro starts already. Basically, the last whole hour can also can be defined as a macro almost. Um, exactly, yeah. Thank you, Alex. We'll have a look. I mean, I haven't watched Michael's. He did a review yesterday, right, of the PM session. I still have to watch it though, so I'm going to watch that as well. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, Alex, did you notice that I think you're using the same levels as I do because I can see we hit the 0.62 level. But did you notice that bullish fair value gap that has been created at exactly 0.5? Have you noticed that? Let me show. Where's my trade? Okay, let me get rid of this. So I think you're using the same levels as I am. Yeah, but you know what it means, right? When you have a passing through, ICT taught that. When you have a bullish fair value gap going through a level like that, it indicates more continuation to the upside. The same happened at 38, but you see here the retest, boom, more upside. This signifies more bullishness. You're married to your short bias at the moment. I think it's coming, but I think it's not yet there. I think we have to wait till the news, but I think we're going to get more. I think we're going to retest this order block. What would ICT do? Yeah, what would he do, right? Well, he knows what he's doing. He most likely would stay out, I guess, at this moment. So when you have a gradient of any wick of a gap, if you use NWalk, NDog, whatsoever, and you have a passing through, this is what ICT taught us this year. If you have a passing through like this, that is a fair value gap of significance. So if it's a bullish one, you have to be careful being bearish because it is giving you already a algorithmic signature that is bullishness is still here, and especially with this order block above it. I mean, we could retest this order block and go high. This looks very bullish to me, and I believe we can go to either this level or maybe even to the midpoint here. So like I said, I'm still bullish on this order on this higher time frame order block. So this already tells you that you can't be bearish when you see this happen. It's already like, okay, even though it hits this, but then it tells you, okay, we might go to the next level, which is at 705 level, or maybe even the midpoint of that order block, right? And also, like when you have a fair value gap like here, it won't reverse. It could accumulate here, but it will not. And this is not an area where it could reverse, right? Just above a fair value gap like here. It's either makes a higher high or it starts accumulating here. But it's just, I wouldn't, guys, it sounds weird, but look at Asia High. I mean, everybody's waiting for that N walk. ES already got there, and Q did not. We took out liquidity here. We have a lot of build up liquidity on the top side of. So this is something that ES sort of like only swept the high. It did not. There was no body closure. There was just a little bit of a sweep, and it's sort of like just left building liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. Mm-hmm. I'm actually interested in a long from here. I think I'm just gonna paper trade a long from here, anticipating the next macro. 2.5. Let's see, 248. It needs to be, my stop loss is gonna be here. ITP is 990. Is it, can I manage the trade? Just paper trading, guys. I'm just gonna wait until the pre-market to trade. I want this order block to be retested before going lower. Let's see if my trade, if I can manage. Is it 2R? Yeah. 56 points. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna trade this. Let's see. Nine. I'm still bearish, but I don't think the time is right yet for it to run now. Yeah. Where's my screen? 2979. 979. Let's see. 'It should be a little bit below. I'm gonna put it below here. It's safer for me. This is the trade. 56 points. $51. Let me see, my stop is good enough. 883. It's a little bit tricky. Midpoint. 918. Okay, my stop is lower. Okay. Are you shorting? I'm longing. Okay. I'm using this order block, 15-minute order block, as a push to the upside and just retesting that higher time. So I'm still bearish, but I think we need to retest a higher time frame order block, and I'm using this bullish order. I think this might be a bullish order block pushing us to the upside. So that's what I'm using, guys. But hey, it could be one of the two is going to be invalidated. So I'm just testing and just seeing. That's why I'm just paper trading. But yeah, I think we might have one more push to the upside. Yeah, this is it. I think it might even run to 4 standard deviations here, but I put it here just to be on the safe side. But I think it could go a little bit higher into that order block, the orange level that I marked. So I'm having a safe stop here, but I think it could go 30,000 again. I'm going to go to break even because I don't trust the market too much. So I'm no losing trade here. Now, I might be interested in a short. If it does go to that level, I might be interested in a short. When it goes into my orange box, then I might be interested in looking for a short. Because it's been retesting my higher time frame levels. This is bullish. This is for me very bullish still. But I need a push now. Come on. Rao, why was I not waiting for 4 a.m.? Because I wanted to position myself but on the retest of this order block. And my stop loss, now this is the only thing that which I did. My stop loss was at the below the midpoint of this order block. I already moved it, so if I'm stopped out, that's my bad. The only thing, it could wick down into the midpoint of the order block and still go up, but then I'll be stopped out. It's a paper trade. But yeah, technically I should not have. I should have left my stop below 918. So that was my initial trade, but I thought we would get expansion before 4 o'clock. I did not. It's okay. It's break even. If I get stopped out at break even and it goes to the midpoint and still goes high, I'll re-enter straight away. Yeah, the point I wanted to. So I'm using the 15-minute retest. My stop was below 50%. Because we could retest the order block for 50%, right? But it could go lower. I mean, I think at some point we will go lower, because look what it's leaving behind, all these gaps here, and we've got a devil's mark here, another gap here. So yeah, it's looking promising at some point. Hmm, 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 hmm. Oh, whoa. Guys, did you hear that? Did you hear, guy? Did you hear, guy? Did you hear that? That was an avocado falling. Let me quickly see how much damage. Wow, that damaged something, I think. There was an avocado attack. Hold on, let me see. My cats are like, oh my God, what happened here? That was a beautiful avocado. Did you guys hear that? That was a large bang. Okay, let me quickly go down. I need to I quickly need to go. I'm either stopped out or it's going to go to my TP, but I need to look downstairs because it hit it was a hard fall. Give me 1 minute, guy. Let me go. Yeah, I'm here, Poopy. See, guys, I want to show you. These are the our avos from the trees are just as big as ostrich eggs. Look how beautiful. Isn't it big? Crazy, huh? It was like a really, I mean, I had to check if my cats, I just want to make sure my cats, I mean, it can kill, look, it's really hard. So it can kill you if you are below it. So this just fell and it just hit it just went into but they're so huge, those avos. So yeah, okay. Now look here. Um, it it just tagged it and did not go any higher, so I might be stopped out still. Let's see. Yeah, I mean they're so huge. I'm literally, I've been eating avos for such a long time now. The trees, it's just like hundreds, and I think it started in March, and I've been eating so much. I'm a little bit fed up with it, but they're still very hard, and you want to be careful when it just when they fall down. You don't want to be underneath it because I think they can crack your skull open. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to move my stop because I just want to see if I'm either going to be stopped out because I'm journaling it. I really want to see. I should have. Yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit higher or not. What time is it? 4:03. Okay. But they are really huge. Yeah, they are 2 meals by yesterday for dinner. I thought I was for before pre-market prep. I thought, okay, let me quickly make a sandwich and I'll just do some avos, and let me sort of guacamole, and then make it like a spread. But it was so filling. I wasn't hungry for all night. It was just crazy. I'm just like, okay, I'm done eating. I didn't even make a proper meal afterwards because it's just so filling, right? Avos, they're just, I love them too, but at some point when you eat so much as I've been doing, it's sometimes like, oh, I'm a little bit done. But yeah. Okay, let's see now because did we tag the? We did not tag the hourly, but we did tag the 15-minute. But I'm leaving my TP because if it's wrong, I need to journal it because it's too high. But I still think we might go a little bit higher. Let's see. Yeah. So structure. The moment they fall, they go right very quickly. So and as you can see here, for some reason, the animals, the bird, for some reason, they all have this stripe. I think it's a bird. They're trying it, and because they're sort of like, it's very hard now in this time of year that I get ones that are really like you see this. Now it's going to be, once they ripe, I have to cut out that part already because it's like they sort of like got to it already. So I need to grab them straight away. And then this is from a bird, I believe, or something. They just try and then But yeah, so in the beginning they fall and they're very, very green and they're beautiful, but now they're a little bit damaged. So, but anyway, that's my avo. I've got a few more coming. Yeah, I tried them. I don't want them to ripe too fast, but once they have that little black spot, you can't wait too long. Okay, let's see, guys, if my profit is going to be hit or not. Yeah, I can raise my TP a little bit. I think I'm good. Where's my stop loss? Okay, well, I'll just leave it. Where's my stop? Oh, here you go. I can't see you. You are a pretty good trader. I love watching you now. Great trade on NQ 2 days ago. Oh, thank you so much, Nokalan. Um, well, I am getting better. I mean, I have grown as a trader a lot this year. Thank you, NQ. Okay, guys, again, why was I bullish on this trade? This was telling you already it's ready to move forward. Plus, we had that order block. Now I am not so sure. How much point was this? 56 trades, 56 points. And for me, that was a trade I could technically, logically frame up to this level because I was mentioning this level from the start. Okay, I want to see a retest of this level plus the confirmation that I finally got. It created an order block here on the 50, even on the 15-minute, and I wanted to see a retest of this order block, and it already told me we're bullish because look at this fair value gap that we created. This was a very bullish structure for me, but I would have wanted to trade it to 705, but I traded only up to here just to be sure. Now, another thing I want to point out is from this calculation, we went to 2.5. A lot of the times from 2.5, you get a retracement back to 1 or 1.5, and then it continues to 4 standard deviations. And that was from that breaker trade. So, okay, let's see. So now we got the retest. Jamie, I don't know what you're trying to sell here, but please do not use my stream for anything vague. Are you long on a Q? I was long on a Q, yes. Framed on this bullish order block, and I mean the algo, it was clearly signaling we're still bullish, we're not bearish yet. Now we hit the orange box. Now I'm like, okay, now it's time to be for me, time to be vigilant. Yeah, but you're telling people to use something. Let people do their own thing. Don't try to sell anything. I don't know what you're trying to sell, but so I use Funded Next as my prop firm, and I have a live account on Edge Clear, but I want to change. I want to change. Okay, let's see, guys. Anyone else who took that long? Yeah, but you're saying start using them, use cash sessions, start including them, whatever. I don't know. It just sounds a little bit. Theo, Theo, don't follow me blindly, my friend. Don't follow me blindly. Jamie, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I think Lucid is awesome, but I'm in South Africa, and I think it's on the restricted list. But listen, I don't advertise any prop firms just because I'm just afraid that at some point most of them will go bad, and even though they're good now, I just don't know how long every firm might turn into one that goes, then it creates negative news. So I'm sort of like very hesitant in using them. So that's why I stay away from them. That's why you don't see any prop firm codes on my channel. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think what I hear and see about Lucid, I think Lucid is pretty awesome. But I think South Africa is on the restricted list, so that's why I don't use it. But otherwise, I most likely would have, I think, what I've read so far. Um, you want to change your live account? Oh yeah, I want to do something else than Edge Clear. I have Edge Clear at the moment as a live account, but I also want another company. But yeah, for now it's Funded Next and live account. It's 2 day pass. Yeah, so the Lucid one that I really like is the Rapid and the Legacy and the Bold. But the Bold and the Legacy, you have consistency rules on the eval, not on your funded. And with the Rapid, you have no consistency rule to pass. But then you have consistency. So it's best to have both, right? So if you have days, you just, where you have consistency, you do your smaller trades. And when you have larger moves, you can still continue on your other charts. Oh, here we go again. Someone who's asking about my win rate. H4Y. If you go back to yesterday's stream, we talked a lot about, I think it was even Monday. We talked all day about win rate, and we talked all day about our session and what we are doing here. So if you want to know my win rate, and I think it's such a bullshit question if you're only asking about someone's win rate. It means shit. I can tell you that I have a model with maybe even 40% win rate, and I can be highly profitable. So people who are asking about win rate only, it's such a, either you are just trolling because it's such a useless question. Yeah, it's a dumb question, to be honest. It tells me that you don't know what the F you're talking about. People ask me, hey, what's your combination of win rate versus how much is your R to R, blah, blah, blah. Win rate by itself means nothing. And you can have 40, 50% win rate and still be profitable, but you most likely wouldn't understand that. Theocentric, do you ever blow funded accounts? Yes, sometimes it happens. Yes. Like I said before, guys, I still make the same mistakes. I have to be very, very adamant about my rules. But it's easy for me to pass another, the Rapid, I can pass in one day and then you have a new one. But yes, I still blow funded accounts. I still blow. It doesn't happen as much as I used to do it. But it still happens when I'm tired, when I don't follow my rules. And it's a trap that's always, always will be there. So that's why I keep saying that you have to stick. For me, when I move away from my rules, then it's like I said it yesterday as well. When you put an alcoholic in a bar when they only sell alcohol, you know he's going to relapse. For me, it's the same when I don't follow my rules and start just not trade mechanically anymore and just not being rule based. That's where I can fall in the same trap. I know where the issue starts, so I know I have to prevent to get to that point. I feel bad whenever. Yeah, no, listen, Theo. When I do it, sometimes no, when you blow an account, it's always over leveraging, it's always over trading, because if you follow your rules, you would never blow an up account. So if I still do it, yeah, I feel sick to my stomach still. I hate myself for it. And I know exactly why, but sometimes you need that. It sounds really weird. And also when I fall back into other bad habits, like, eating a lot of bad stuff continuously, it sort of like resembles your trading life as well. So being very disciplined with your trading also comes down to being disciplined in life, follow, it doesn't mean you can't eat anything unhealthy. You can always treat yourself at night when you have done a good day and whatever, and you have a piece of chocolate, who cares, right? Or you eat a pizza, whatever. But it's more like I'm talking like, generally speaking, snacking all day, eating sugar all day, instead of just having your basic healthy lifestyle, your exercise, and then at night you can treat yourself. And it always comes down to, it's really, I know when I'm having a bad day with discipline, it resembles also my trading discipline. So it's sort of all tied together. But yeah, love how you dispatch haters. Yeah, but it's such a, it's the same. It's a question that doesn't mean, most of the people that ask that question, they just want to start because they don't. Somebody who understands how it works will never ask, "Hey, what's your win rate?" Because it doesn't mean anything on its own. It's a combination of things, right? And that's why I love that question. Like, hey, can 60% win rate? I think it was Monday, right? Can 60% win rate be your A plus model? I think it was an awesome question. Do you copy trade the funded? No, actually, I don't copy trade. Yeah, I actually just trade per account. So I have made the rule, I've become stricter for myself. There's only one trade per session per account. And every time I've posted it on Discord, the few times that I had a winning trade and I went straight back in because I got like greedy a little bit, it was always a losing trade. So I always gave back a little bit of money, and I posted it on Discord. I'm like, why am I doing that? I have a rule. I stop one trade per session. I can trade another account, but you need to have a breather after a trade. Um, Okay, sorry. Okay, Jamie, thank you. No, no, no. It's not only for ICT. It's not for ICT. But if people start, look, Jamie, let me also clarify, because when people do want to sell something, they are trying to make it sound like they have something that's really working for them. But no, if you have a different strategy, you're free to talk about it as well. It's not about ICT only. I trade ICT, but um, it is, if someone says, "Hey, listen, guys, I've got something, and you should all start using it as well." That sounds very pushy, like you're trying to sell something. So no, you're free to. If you have a different approach, you're always free to mention it. But it sounds pushy when someone says, "Hey, guys, I've got something. You should guys start using it as well." That is, you're trying to influence people to start using what you're using. And I'm very protective of retail BS, which has cost me and other people a lot of money. So I don't want people to sell anything. I'm not selling, I'm not doing prop firm codes, I'm not doing anything on the channel because I want to keep it clean, so to speak, if that makes sense. So I'm very protective of that. So yeah, so I'm just very protective, and like I'm like a mama bear protecting, because I know it's so. And sometimes also with trolls, I would rather make a mistake and then send the message like, we don't put up with that bullshit here, and then I have to maybe apologize to some. It happened yesterday with I forgot his name. Is that bad that I use trend lines? Oh my God! Don't talk about trend lines. Yeah. All strategies work if you have, yeah, because this is the thing. If you have backtested or forward tested anything and you use a tool that works for you and you have good risk management, you can make it work. Anything can work if you combine a couple of things, right? So yeah, definitely. But yeah, Jamie, I just want to make I just want to clarify it, because we in the past, and then I go to my Discord and I see these people, they they have links which are dangerous, and they are always going somewhere else to another point. So is it bad that I use? Hey, listen, if you can make it work, Trendline, Tori made it work with for her. So she bought a Ferrari out of it. Oh no, shit, that's from the affiliate codes or not. Hey guys, if people tell you that they're very transparent, ask them to show them their affiliate payouts. Then is when you become really transparent as a YouTuber. I know the percentages because I get it offered as well. So there's a lot of money in affiliates. Hey, listen, if I would do it, guys, I literally would be transparent about it because you know what doesn't feel right to me is that your customers are your product, right? And obviously it's with YouTube with the AdSense as well, but AdSense doesn't make a lot of money. It's like a per thousand. You're happy if you make $4 or $5 per thousand views, right? But an affiliate, if one affiliate signs up, and especially those who can do unlimited giveaways, and that's why I hate it when I get these people a giveaway. I'm like, yeah, they're ruining the market that people just come for giveaways. But also remember, if someone has unlimited giveaways, that means they're making a lot of money for their company because they give them a lot of giveaways to keep going. And it's the same market trick. They always have a lot of they copy trade a lot of accounts, and they suddenly deviate from to our win rate to less. Is it Tory cocaine? Oh, I wouldn't want to say that. But yeah, I'm still a newbie. Thanks for the reply. Win rate, no. Okay, H4. Okay, here you go. Again, H4. Thank you for not explaining to me, because yes, win rate by itself is not enough. You need much more than win rate, and in order to figure it out, you will start with a lower win rate, but your R2R is much more important when you are trying to combine it. You need to find, some people have a lower win rate or a high win rate and they have a 1R, but they are scalpers and they know what they're doing. But you cannot look at win rate on its own, just means nothing. It does not mean anything. You really have to start looking into other things as well. Okay. Um, Guys, is it really 6K? Is that true? Is that true? Is it really 6K? I can't believe that's true. Is it really 6K, guys? Hey, listen, it's a free market. You can ask whatever you want. And if there's a demand for it, it's still not fraud, I guess. Is it really 6K? Is it true? That is crazy. Wow. Selling a dream, not education. I can't believe it's 6K and people fall for it. Yeah. Well, anyway. Okay, so we're still bullish. Did anyone, were people going, one of my friends have a low win rate, but he have his title and use TP, which picky. And okay, see, here you go. Low win rate, exactly. Rael, yes, exactly. So it really depends on your strategy, H4. So please do not, the most important thing if you're a newbie, if you want to focus on consistency, you want to focus on finding something that you start recognizing in the charts and you feel comfortable with. Because some people, you know, like if we talk about a breaker here, some people don't see a breaker, but they see the order blocks, you know, and it's just a little bit different, but their brain just works differently and they just recognize a specific structure, a candle pattern. I don't want to talk about patterns because we don't want a pattern trade, but it's just how our brains work differently, right? And it's about how your brain starts to identify specific things and which you can work off easily. So, and that's why the journaling is so important. If you have done a trade, and even if it's a paper trades are valuable if you journal them. Paper trades on its own is valuable as well, but they become more of a lesson. And when you journal it, and especially those that are losing trades. But the moment you journal something, I believe the magic is in the, you know, so if I journal a lot. So for example, if I take this trade and I go over what happened, what was the time, did I feel uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. And the moment I journal it, and especially when it's a losing trade, I would say, okay, I got stopped out. Why? Because I was impatient. I missed this or I missed that. And the next question I always ask myself, what could I have done differently that would have had a different outcome? So there's a lot of things that I write down on it. And then I look in it, but so it takes time. You reverse engineer, but that is where, and then you use this tool, and then you write things down. Okay, look, if I did this, if I took this in consideration, and then you print screen it and you put it somewhere. But I believe that the writing it down and the print screen is where your brain starts remembering things. Because Mether asked me, do you go back into your old ones? And I actually don't really a lot. I used to do that maybe. If I went back, oh, FOMC week is starting. Let me go back into old weeks and see what happened. I used to do it with specific news events maybe, but not as like, oh, every week I go back and I really go through all of them. But I do journal the end of the week. I look at okay, what did the whole week do? So I go to the hourly, 4 hourly, and I look, okay, what happened, blah blah blah. We had a Tuesday low or Wednesday high, whatever. And so I believe that's where the magic happens, just journaling it and just doing yeah. CH4, we've got such a nice community here. um And I'm sorry if I'm rude, but a lot of the times the win rate question is a question that trolls ask. So I have to be a little bit careful with that because, but yeah, it's just sort of a question that is most of the times being asked by people that come with bad intentions. But yeah, um, I'm happy to have you here. But now, guys, look what happened here. We tagged into the 702. Here, we're in the box, so now there's no reason for me to have a long bias anymore. Not at all, because now it's like, okay, now you're getting in the danger zone. This is two levels that are important that I think, okay, now done. But doesn't mean it can go higher. But for me, this was my last interest. I took the trade initially to here, but I lowered it, right? And it did. So this is what I'm journaling. So what I would journal, if I'm going to journal my trade, I will journal. I put my initial TP at 705, but I moved it lower because I didn't want to wait. So I moved it below this line here, but initially it did go. And then I write down the times and how long longer after the trade was done, it still went to my trade. Because time is money as well, right? So imagine that I got out. What time did I get out here? Here. I got out at 10 past 4, for example. Then would I wait for only these kind of points half an hour later? No, it's not worth it, right? So I just journaled it for, okay, TP hit, but not worth the wait because it would have taken half an hour for How many points is it? 8 points. So, but I do journal these things. That initial TP was correct, but rather be out at end of the macro at 10 past 4. Was I correct? Yeah, something like that. So I guess we can almost say that London has been, we had a retracement. So this was actually the manipulation. I would almost say that the formation of the bullish order blocks was the manipulation in London, and then we went higher. But that doesn't mean New York is going to be bullish, right? What is that red line at 29.88? Oh, that's just an old fair value gap that I marked that could have been of significance. All my levels that I mark here are old levels of significance that I believe that can give me guidance. 988, right? You're asking, yeah, 988, yeah. And as you can see, they are somewhat helpful. See, also, it helped me with my bullish bias. I saw this old level that I'm using, and it was also with the retest on the 15 minutes. So why did I enter on that long order block retest? And I had this old level here, which is now, I would almost say, a reclaimed fair value gap. Bullish. So. Yeah, in all fairness now, guys, I would say we've got news coming. This was my point of interest for the session. It has been hit. Will the market reverse? It could be. It's 4:33. What do you guys think? Okay, let's see. Bullish 34, bearish 50. Okay, and poll. Thank you guys for joining the poll. Let's do another poll. I'm going to do a poll for, hey, yes, how are you? You're late today. What happened? Hey, guys, I'm worried about Mether. I haven't seen Mether for quite the whole week. I know that he wasn't going to be here on Monday, but okay. Are you guys going to be, are you New York session? It's curious what you bullish. New York AM session. So let's say until 11 o'clock. Bullish. Oh, you've got medical issues. Oh, I hope you're okay. You know, you see, I know exactly when you guys are not here, right? I always like, hey, where are you? I hope you're okay, yes. Or accumulation. Okay, let's see. So the midline is right over here. Let's have a look. Because if we start going over the midline, which is also 79%, you want to be careful with staying bearish. So if I would have trade, if I would, I wouldn't be, for me now, it's really watching and seeing if we're going to invalidate this order block. Let's see. Or are we respecting this level and going lower? I mean, this is a nice level for reversal, right? Maybe at 5 o'clock. Accumulation. Man, we have to be ready for pre-market prep. I mean, so yesterday I felt a little bit of FOMO when the market started going down. I felt a little bit of FOMO because the move down was, we didn't have a Judas at the open, right? It's starting to trickle down. And I was like, oh, but I didn't enter straight away because I was like, I just really want to wait. And, but I was also journaling it this morning. I was like, am I going to miss the short? Is it going to like really, but when when you go back in your journey, there are little things that happen before it like sort of like tells you that you get this low resistance liquidity round. But it's always the thought like, oh my God, is it going to be different now? And is it just going to drop and I'm going to miss that short that I've been waiting for like literally for such a long time? And I felt it was so hard for me not to just click the button. And it was really like, oh my God, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. And then you have to stick to your rules. No, wait, your if-then statements and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's definitely yesterday. I was like, and your heart starts beating a little bit harder, and you really like, oh, I just wanna press the button, and just get in. But yeah, you can't. I mean, if you just follow your rules, you can't do that. And eventually, I still had about 100 points, but oh, yesterday was tough on me. When New York opened without a normal Judas that we have, right? So yeah, I'm really curious about today, pre-market. And I'm quite surprised that we still have such a lot of movement in London, even though also Asia moved quite a bit, right? So Asia here, Asia high here. So literally we went into, well, I guess Asia range is just the full, is the range we're working with. So we technically are just going back into the range that Asia created. But it's still significant, right? I mean, look how many points that could have given you if you would have taken the low here. Still 200 points. From midnight up here. Are people positioning themselves already now? I'm just curious if anyone, do you have the guts? Or does anyone have the balls to already position themselves for a short? I don't, but I wish I could, but this would be I mean, imagine this is the turn. You retest a bearish order block. We're just going to use it as a retest, and this is it. I would love to be able to position myself in London. Like, would this be the London high and not go any higher? Could be, right? Because it's a significant level. We retested that order block. It's at 705, which is significant. Do we need to go any higher? Or is this the time to position yourself? Who has the balls to? I'm in a small. Okay, where would? So for me, it's like, where would I put my stop? I mean, my stop would be too high. It would be nice when it would be a little bit. We could all the way back here. Let's see if I position. Let's say if I would have done it here, 74. Yeah, see, it needs to be. The midpoint is here, so it would be 35 points, but I'm too late already. Well, if it goes higher, maybe if it taps this red line again, I might do it with 1 micro. No, I'm gonna do it with a paper trade. I'm too chicken to do it. I'm not gonna do it because I want to go. I want to leave. I want to do some stuff. Yeah, I'm scared too. But I think I'm gonna paper trade it and see if it works. But then I'm going to use the midpoint of the order block because the midpoint would invalidate. Let's say it could wick a little bit higher. See, I can't make it work. Um, what if it wants to go here? Let's see what you guys see. I'm also not. Listen, guys, this is what I want to work to. I want to position myself. Bowser, are you positioning yourself for London? I mean, I know you can do it. You do it in Asia a lot. I know Bowser does it. Look at ES first. Yeah, I was looking at ES. A bullish 18%, bearish 45, accumulation. It still doesn't tell me shit. It could still tell me that we could invalidate this easily. With a news driver, it can invalidate all PD arrays. That's the thing. It could just go blast through here at 8:30. That's the thing. That's if there wasn't news. Okay, I think I've got my head clear now. If there wouldn't be news, a news driver, I would have positioned myself. If it would come a little bit higher, I would try to position myself near the midpoint. If it would go and then stop above, but my stop cannot be more than 40 points. That's my max. If not, I cannot frame the trade. So I have to go. But we have a news driver. News drivers blast through PD arrays like it's nothing, right? Because you get large wicks. So then it will not respect this bullish order block, a bearish order block, for example. So I'm not going to do it today anyway. Now the question that I'm asking myself, we have a news driver at 8:30. What does a news driver want to do? Doesn't want to blast up to the high and make new highs? Because we're already retesting something. We're already here. Or does it want to just blast lower and go like 2,000 points lower in one hit? Because I think that move is coming. 1,000 move, a point move to the downside. We made 4,000 points in the last weekly candle, which is the last NQ candle ever. How much did we make yesterday? We were above 2,000. How much do we have now on the monthly? Only 2,800 on this one so far. We're still expanding. $3,160. I can see another high, guys. No, I'm just waiting for 6 a.m. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it either. It's too risky. I'm not gonna do anything today. But I want to, the first day that I managed to do a London, I position myself in a London trade and I can ride it all the way. That will be, I will be very happy. I really want to start getting better at that. Ah, I think it's just going to accumulate for the rest of the morning, guys. It's 5 o'clock almost. Let's see. We'll wait 5 o'clock to see if anything happens. Um, oh, I'm getting hungry a little bit. You mean PPI and PCE? You mean, Alex, you mean news today? We've got 8:30 PCE, correct? And GDP, preliminary GDP, and unemployment claims at 8:30. And yeah, and at 10 o'clock we've got Eastern, we've got home sales, which is orange folder. Um, what strategy do I use? Um, oh, I've got the same question two times. So I'm ICT based and time based, so I combine different concepts of his, but mainly it's a combination of using the PDWAs. I like the order blocks, breakers, power of three. So I'm actually a distribution trader. What I try to do is get in at a between the open and the high or low of a candle and then write the distribution of that candle to the up or to the downside. Now, that has been a little bit challenging for me if we don't have clear distribution. But so in New York, I tried to get the 4 hour distribution, and in London, it's most of the time just a 1 hour distribution. But today, that should have been right over here, and I didn't take anything of that. I just managed to get this trade here because of an order block and some bullish structure that was formed here. This trade was really actually not bad, to be honest. I think it was a pretty good trade, but the best trade still was a breaker here. That was, but still okay. Okay, sleep well. Lunar vortex that looks like a decent V-shaped recovery. Yes, it was a beautiful. I I would say it was a beautiful retest. I was looking at this order block and I said I want a retest of this order block before considering anything bearish, and we got it. Now the question is, what will the news driver do? Will it push through that order block, or are we going to get a nice push to the downside and have a really, really nice move to the downside? Because I think we're all craving a nice short, right? Everybody is looking for that short. We're all desperate for a good short. And I don't mean the high resistance ones that we have, but like really like one that just goes on and on and on and on and on. And we positioned ourselves at the sort of almost at the top, I guess. Um, Yeah, yes, just be careful because news is coming and we sort of hit the, you know, this is significant, but is it ready to move just before news, right? Because we're 3 hours away, 3.5 hours away from news. We moved in Asia, we moved in London, but we're still within the range of Asia that's formed. But does it really want to give us everything now already? We didn't have news all week almost. So I'm just, but hey, listen, I mean, if it could, it could do everything now as well. I don't know. It's sort of like weird. But let's watch 5 o'clock to see if it wants to keep accumulating or maybe it wants to, if it starts to go deeper into this orange box, I don't know. I mean, this was a perfect area for a reversal, right? 702 hit, retest of a higher time frame order block, but it's not reversing. Okay, macro. Damn, it looks so bullish. This looks pretty bullish again to me on the 15. Crazy. Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. Look at ES created equal highs here on the 15. Damn, it still looks bullish to me. I want to see what you guys are thinking about New York. New York AM session, bullish, bearish, or accumulation? Bearish 41%. So the majority is bearish, but still a lot of you guys are still bullish as well, and accumulation. You know, see, we're going into the orange box again. Crazy. Yeah, I would be very, I know, I just would be careful with the short for some reason, especially on NQ. We're in a macro and it's going high. Look at that going. Okay, let me see. Interesting, so interesting. Will it go all the way up to 3,000 again? 3,010-ish? Are you gonna hit? There is a little gap I see on the 15, 3,008. Exactly at the midline here. 3024, but there's one here as well. Okay, well, you want to go to the midpoint? Go ahead. Let's see. Midpoint is here, 2024. Um, from 146, I anticipate the 15-minute inversion to expand to the relatively equal highs. Yeah, it's been pretty bullish. From 146. I think that's the time where we had the breaker. 140. You said 146. $146. $146 is here. It still looks bullish. I heard a bird. Yes, okay, that's the trumpeter hornbill. God damn, they're really like ticking on the glass so much. I think it's getting like little dents out of the glass already. I think it's like saying hello in the morning. I don't know. Maybe the old owner feeded them in the morning. I don't know. But they're. Oh,
For your garden today. Can you just let me know more or less what time will suit you? So I'm busy doing the garden now, probably for the next um, so half an hour and I'll be finished here. Then the guys can eat. But yeah, just let me know more or less what time will suit you and then I can work my things into that. Thank you.
the gardener. He's a company car washing through your window. Birds are still there. Yeah, it's a company car. Yeah, it's yeah. So you hear those? Yeah. It sounds like a trumpet, right? So that's why they're called the trumpeter hornbills. Yeah, let's watch 5 o'clock, and then I guess, guys, because news is coming, I think it's better not to be too eager to trade. Just wait until news release, and just observe. Um, we had quite some movement already, so I think it's just nice to. It looks still pretty bullish to me. Um, like ES is like at the end dog, and NQ end dog is here. That's today's, I believe, 30043. So yeah, the short was in Asia, and since London, we have not really. The question is, does New York want to have a continuation of Asia? So has London just retraced in order for New York to continue to the downside? Or are we going to blast through this little orange box and go higher? So that means take Asia. I think if we take Asia high, to be honest, let me have a look at the weekly candle again. What's the weekly profile? Okay, what did we do this week? Okay, where's Monday? Okay, we are missing Monday. We don't have a Monday. Tuesday. So this is always tricky when you have a holiday. So technically we have a Tuesday low, but we also have a Wednesday high. Thursday dug into this fair value gap. Where's Friday? Where's my Friday candle? Where's my daily Friday? Where's Friday? Why am I not seeing Friday on the daily? Oh, it is. Oh, God, it's Thursday today. Oh my God, guys, did you hear that? I literally thought it was Friday just now, but it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Sorry. So we went into this fair value gap here on the daily, right? And we start going higher. Now the question is, if we do go higher, you want to take this wick into consideration on the daily. Is the news driver going to drive us above this wick, or are we going to stop somewhere in the wick? That is the question. I'm now quite, because we went into this fair value gap, I wouldn't be surprised we are going to dig into this wick. I didn't even see that one yet. So yeah. Hey, make money online. Yes, I'm fine. How about you? I told you on Monday, Tuesday, same. No, Bowser, you were wrong that day. You said it was going lower and it was bullish that day. The 6 o'clock opening price was very significant on that day. I had a bullish trade. You were bearish because of that, but it went up all the time. It was not. It was an incorrect analysis. You were bearish. You said it's going lower, but it turned. I used I still use the 6 o'clock open. It didn't indicate, but the levels of the 6 o'clock open, even though it's still algorithmic. The daily open at 6 o'clock was still very significant in the levels. The low that was formed was exactly 2.5% of 2.5 standard deviation, and it went straight back up. You said no, we're going low. We're going to form the daily wick, but we never went lower in London. Okay, guys, let's have a look. 5 o'clock. Okay, sorry, guys. I thought it was Friday just now. It's Thursday, so everything is fine. It's all fine. I don't know why. What is the event horizon? What is the event horizon? So the event horizon is the midpoint between two significant levels. Now, those levels can be most likely when we talk about event horizon is the midpoint between two NWOGs, but it could also be between two NDOGs. And ICT has also shared lately that it can be between any PD arrays. It can also be around two previous highs if you are able to mark them. But those are sometimes difficult to indicate. But most likely event horizon, like here, this purple line is the midpoint between two NDOGs. But it's just a draw on liquidity, just as the NWOG itself is. So you want to have all the event horizons on your on your chart. Now this is Mether's indicator, which is pretty awesome because what it does, why his is so nice, is you can display above and below only. So instead of having 20 of them plotted, especially we go lower very fast, you don't want 20 NWOGs or 20 NDOGs on your chart, but only the ones where the price is. So then it only shows you the ones that are applicable at that time. So I recommend you, if you want to use it, use Mether Z's, NWOG, NDOGs, and then you display above and below, so then you don't have all of them plotted on your chart. It keeps it cleaner. It keeps it clean. But I want always my event horizons because it's very significant as a drawn liquidity. But here you can see, for example, as well, you have a bullish candle going through it, right? So that also tells you, it's bullish. It can signify bullish, not always. Not always, but. Bowser, I did Monday and Tuesday, same daily candle. Yes, I want daily bottom. They never went. But Bowser, what do you think? I'm just thinking. I've been thinking about that whole thing because we don't have a Monday, right? So Monday and Tuesday are the same. But I'm just. What if we made the low today and we consider, because there was no Monday, we could still consider this a Tuesday low? Like say Monday, because we did have a Monday. If we go back like on the 4 hour, let me show you. Where's Monday, Tuesday? Okay, here. So here Monday opened, right? So how I was looking at it is, okay, here we have Monday, we have a half day, right? Here we go. We formed Monday. Accumulation. Let me make a box of it. Okay, this is the box. This is Monday, half day. We opened up. So they all put it in one candle, right? But we are going to split it. So we have, this is going to be our Monday. Now I'm going to go back to the daily. Okay, here we go. Tuesday 19. Oh, I'm wrong. Sorry. I'm in the wrong area. My bad. It should be here. Tuesday. 2695. What am I? 695. My bad. Sorry, guys. We opened up. Oh, it's almost the same. Okay, here we go. Let me give it another color. Let me make it yellow. Okay, now I'm going back to the daily here. So let's say this is the Monday candle, right? Monday. Then Tuesday went below it, so we get a Tuesday low. Wednesday created equal, went to the downside of, and now we just took out literally Monday and Wednesday low here. So, but we have a Wednesday high as well. So we have a Tuesday low, Wednesday high. So technically we still have a Wednesday high. Bryce, I'm not interested in anything anymore. We had a long. I'm going to wait until after the news. So I'm not doing anything currently anymore. If we're missing a daily, then would be Wednesday. Then today would be Wednesday. Yeah, but I'm still thinking it's like, so technically if I just take the half day, right, and I just mark the yellow lines on my half, is that Monday. You see Wednesday, we have a Wednesday high, but we did not go lower than Monday low. Technically what we did on Monday, or that half day, right? Today we took out both literally Monday and Wednesday low. But we still have this high, Wednesday high to work with. So I'm sort of like, I would love to go to the N walk today, but let's see. Yeah, I wonder how high if we go into this wick first on the daily. But Wednesday high normally signifies that we could go lower. Oh, no. It can signify, hold on. It can signify, a Wednesday high can signify bearishness, right? You can get like the distribution can start to the downside. But we literally took out Tuesday low, Wednesday low and Monday low. It's a little bit confusing because we missed a day, but I marked the Monday part separately here, which is exactly was equal low with Wednesday. See, that's confusing. And we took it out and we were going higher. I think we're going to go into this wick here and then maybe lower. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I've got the I don't think so, Bowser. I think this is Wednesday high because Wednesday is here. We still have a Tuesday low. We still have a Tuesday low, but because we have a Wednesday high, I would consider the Wednesday high the Wednesday high. But we created a wick right here, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Well, you know what? After a week, we'll have a debate. Let's talk about it after the week, because then we have more clarity. I'm definitely going to go back as well in my journaling to try to find the logic in this, because it's always confusing a little bit. Yeah. Okay, guys, I need to open up the gate for the gardeners. They are coming. Yeah, just be careful. Do you trade in live stream New York? No, well, I only do the pre-market prep before market open, a little bit in the market open. That's all I'm doing right now. But I might consider a New York PM session. But yeah, Bowser, I would love to. I'm definitely going to study this a little bit more. We'll chat about it. We have a few more days and then we can see what happens. But yeah, look, I just find it interesting that literally Wednesday low is exactly the same low as what it did half day on that Monday, right? So technically we took out equal lows here, but not here yet. So, and then we have that wick that we formed Wednesday high. I don't know. So for me, guys, no trading until pre-market. I'm going to watch the 8:30 news, and I will go over my levels. I will try to prepare myself if we have a large move to the up or to the downside. If then statements, I'm going to prepare those. And yeah, I need to start finding my cats and hide them for the leaf blowers and the gardeners, because they are literally. But yeah, be careful, Bryce, with shorting right now. I would be a little bit careful before the news. We had a lot of movement already, and yeah. Any questions, my friends? Bearish 50%, bullish 35%, accumulation 14%. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to the New York session. For those in pre-market prep, I will see you at 8:50. Yeah, let's see if we can frame a nice and fast trade in and out, be done before preferably before market open. If not, market open, and if that is not the case, then it will be after 10 o'clock. But there's always a possibility, we hope. Not every day is a trading day, but we try to make it so. Okie dokie. No more questions? No questions? Yeah, and I need to prepare for the gardeners. They hate it. They hate when these guys come. But anyway, okay, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow, because tomorrow it's Friday. Today is Thursday, and you know where to find me. And thank you so much for hanging out with me, and just yeah, for everything you guys provide in the community. Thank you, guys. See you soon.